Hello YouTube community, welcome, or I should say hi. Today video I'm gonna talk about how it is to own a Tesla Model X for over a year and a half, and what to expect from it after after 100,000 miles. Actually, my on my clock I have just today morning I reached the 100,000 miles, and I just wanted to give a quick review of how the car behaves now and what you should expect from a Tesla, what you drive it over, in this situation, 3 years period. I only own the car for like a year and a half or more, a bit more than a year and a half, but the car itself is from 2017 April, so now it passes a year and a couple of months, not sure how many. And problems with the car, yes, I did have a couple of problems. They're not big, they're not like you cannot drive the car. Though in one instance it was actually, I had a steering column fault. So basically the steering wheel, it will drive normally, but at some point it will go very heavy. So I was lucky because I already had the appointment for a different issue, and they got the steering column fixed with no problem. We're still under the warranty, lucky me, but otherwise I don't think will cost a crazy amount of money. The Tesla and the issues what you have with the car, they are issues. You can't say that they're not. For example, in my instance, I had with one of the seats at the back, I have 3 row seats, so 7-seater, and one of the seat on the right, it didn't want to fall down, and it happened twice. The same seat, the same issue. And the guy told me actually the problem is when you pull up the seat, if you press and you stay on top of the seat, or you press too much heavy, then some motor didn't function very proper, and eventually they just fell down from his proper spot. But eventually they had to replace it. It's just a small thing, but if I would have to pay from my own pocket, it would cost me somewhere like £250, because just their service, it costs £200 an hour, so that's crazy. And for that little thing, it probably gonna cost a £5 or £10 probably. It's just a small plastic thing what you need to be taking off and replace it back, or maybe just if it's falling down, then you just put the same one back. But yeah, I had that issue. I had it twice, and he told me don't put too much heavy pressure on that specific thing because otherwise will run off. So yeah, I had a problem with steering wheel, the problem with the seats, didn't want to fall at the back, and some other small issues. But those small issues what I had, I still claim to Tesla because it was still under warranty and there's no reason for me to fix it. So I went to them and they fixed it and they didn't have any problem. But those small issues, I could do it myself. But I prefer to not do it because, you know, it's in warranty. Why should I do? So yeah, range. That'll be another good range after since I bought the car. So when I bought the car, it had 44,000 miles, and now it has 100,042. So 100,042 miles. The range when I bought it, remember when I was charged to 100%, it would show me 230 or 245. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly. Now if I charge it to 100%, it will show me 218, 220. And yes, I did lose like, let's say 20 miles after driving it for 60 miles. But this is the estimate range, what the car estimates on my driving style. So you're gonna get that, yes and no. Sometimes you can get more, sometimes you can get less. It's kind of hard to tell. But as an Uber driver, I never charge the car to 100%, except if I have a long trips and I know that in that morning I'm gonna do a long trip. Then I'll charge to 100%. But I never did charge to 0, except if I really want to test the car to see how it's gonna behave. But I'm never gonna go. Let's say I have a trip to Heathrow Airport, and my range is 50 miles and the trip itself is 40 miles. I prefer not to do it. Or if I will do it, I will let the customer that actually before we're gonna arrive to Heathrow, we're gonna stop for 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes, no more than that. If the customer agrees to it, go ahead, and do it. If it doesn't, then tough life stuff, and I prefer not to do it. So yeah, range per total after 100,000 miles, they projected the range of 220 miles, which is good. So range, car behaving, yeah, quite good. After owning the car for a year and a half, I found a lot of things about it. Is that it's not as complex as you're afraid. Because I had an instance I had to change the front pedal brakes. It was quite aware, and I changed them. Now I called Tesla. I said, how much will you charge me? I called. I text Tesla because you can't call Tesla, obviously. They have silly things with service now, and you can't call them, unfortunately. You only have to text them and wait for an answer, and can take up to a couple of hours. They're busy. Whatever. So with that price, they give me an estimate price of £440 to change the 2 front pedal brakes. 440. I said no, thank you. Better change it myself. So what I did, I got to my local garage and I told them, look, I want to change the front pedal brakes. I said, okay, let's give it a try. They told me that they never went in a Tesla, so it's the first Tesla. And if I'm okay with it, I said, why not? Let's give it a try. If in case something goes wrong, I'm just gonna take it to platform, take it to Tesla. A risk is always good to have. So we did open the car. I didn't. I just stay and watch like lazy. They opened the car, opened the wheels, and we checked the brakes, and it's quite simple. We said it's simple, like a BMW X5 brakes. And actually, the BMW X5, it has a sensor on the brakes, what will let you know that your pedal brakes are off. And Tesla doesn't have that sensor. It just says like a normal metallic shape. And when that one reaches the disc, then it makes a very annoying sound when you brake. So yeah, it's very simple, and he said it can be easily done. I end up paying for that pedal brake change in front 2 pedal brakes. I end up paying £120. So from 440 to 120 is this guy saves some money. How much? For £320. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, so £320 I save in that aspect. And at the same time, we've been checking the car. The guy said, okay, let's have a look what is inside. And he said it's actually quite simple what is inside, what the suspension are like. So the smart air suspension is like BMW suspension, can be easily changed, no problem. The other columns and joints and other small suspension around there, he said it can be easily done. You don't need to go to Tesla, and obviously they're gonna do better price than Tesla, because Tesla, it's a premium car company, so they're gonna charge you for a premium charge, But the guy told me there are a few things that are out of ordinary, like the battery and the computers, what he could see, and he said those are not normal. So obviously he wouldn't take the risk to go either in electric motor or the battery or the computers. He wouldn't do it because he's not capable. It's something else. Which is good, because on the battery and drivetrain I have 8 years unlimited miles, and now it's remaining another 5 years, the same unlimited miles, which is good in case something goes wrong. And yeah, eventually I over this period of time I didn't spend any money, of course, except the brakes and the tires. The tires, I changed them to quick fit. I actually changed them to quick fit, and I don't buy tires what Tesla recommends, the Michelin soundproof tires, because they're too expensive for me. Each tire costs £370. Bloody hell, I'm not rich, I'm poor, I don't like to spend money. And I buy Pirelli Scorpion. They're very good tires, last longer than Michelin. Longer. Michelin lasts me for 6 months, and this Pirelli Scorpion lasts me for 8 months. So yeah, longer with 2 months. And the price is 170 each. So yeah, from 370 to 170 is 200 saving from each tire. After 4 tires, you do the maths. I say £100 and everyone's happy. So the tires, you can save money. wipers you can order from Tesla. They send you home, and you can change them, you can replace them yourself, so it's not big of a thing, it can be done. The wipers, I believe it's 35 pounds each, so you have to take 2 wipers, that's 70 pounds. They send it to your home, you can replace it yourself. If you don't know, I'm gonna make a video about how to replace them, but it's simple, very simple. If you did replace a tire wiper before, then you will be able to do this one as well. However, I'm gonna do a video about how to replace them, or actually you can find all over the YouTube videos about replacing wipers. Air filter, you have 2 air filters in the Tesla Model X. You have the HEPA air filter and the cabin air filter. Now, of course, the HEPA air filter takes all the air from outside and it filters it, and the cabin air filter is what air is in cabin, they refilter it, or to make sure that it's clean. The cabin air filter, I didn't need to change it. The HEPA air filter, I changed it once on the beginning because I thought that was not changed. It was okay. And if you change one, it's gonna cost you somewhere like 400 pounds. 400 pounds? Or that it cost me with because I remember when I changed it, it was somewhere like I don't know, 270 pounds or 400 pounds, God knows. I will have to check that one out, or you can check yourself after the video. Hey, yeah. So it's not much you do with this. What I want to say. This is not expensive with dealing with the Tesla. If it breaks down, you should not be afraid. You should take it to a local garage to see if they can do it.